Hello, baby.
I was crazy once.
I'm thinking of a number.
Good morning, everyone, and to our friends in Vietnam.
Yeah. Well,
Just
what if they're
normal
listening at another time of day? It's morning for us, but it's not. It's
Well,
not,
as we've discussed repeatedly on this on the podcast, you have to listen to this at the same time we've recorded it.
okay. So when it comes out, you need to be listening to this at 9:42.
That's correct.
Yeah. Start this episode at 9:42, and by the time it's over, it will be
It'll
New
line
Year.
up, and it'll line up with
Yeah.
the Dark Side of the Moon.
Oh,
and
that.
the Death Star will explode.
And
Yeah.
if you watch Inception backwards while you listen to this episode, it lines up.
It lines up with the kick or
Yeah.
something. Yeah. How's the menswear in Inception? Let's look this up, actually.
Okay, that's gonna be the next episode. I feel like we could do a Christopher Nolan menswear because we
That's
did Tenet, right?
We did. We talked about Tenet. Damn, this is not good. This is like, I'm looking at. Oh, they're already. Okay, even your subconscious. Okay, this is from a.
Yes.
little shout
What
out
the
here.
fuck was that pop up?
I don't. Yeah.
Okay.
This is.
Oh, Tom Hardy. I always forget that Tom Hardy's in that movie. Cillian Murphy looks like a little boy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ken Watanabe
he's
looks
in
good.
Oh wait,
wait.
JGL has a
JGL.
double-breasted vest.
Yeah.
What? This whole time?
You got Michael Caine wearing a like band collar shirt because he's like a professor or something.
Yeah, but this is a very like retired professor look.
Yeah.
I guess.
I will
untucked.
I know.
He should get untuck it.
That's right. He should.
Yeah.
I always like the whole dark suit, white shirt with like silver tie because of this movie. Like there's photos. I mean, I'm sure you've seen it. There's photos of me like wearing this particular outfit in like 2009 to the church. Yeah, and it's like it is the Inception outfit. I feel like he wears it a lot. I remember this. So he's like, use your imagination, my friend, and then takes out the grenade launcher.
Yeah. Oh wait, hold on. Speaking of suspenders.
Oh yeah, hey, and these look cool. These look like the like cloth or some kind of like silk
Yeah.
foulard.
That last
here.
Tom Hardy outfit is good too. That seems like ahead of its time, you know?
Yeah, because he's supposed to be like sleazy and like the more casual.
Yeah,
like,
but this is how everyone dresses now. Okay, for those who haven't seen Inception or don't remember every outfit from the movie,
Yeah.
he's wearing like a tan brown. It looks like a linen suit. It's got some like slubbiness going on. And then
like
he's wearing that with a wide camp collar shirt, like over the jacket lapel.
Yeah, like a little batik, in like a tonal batik, like a pink.
This is
salmon-y
straight
thing.
up like 2020.
Yeah, you could see like he'd be wearing with like what's it, crap eyewear sunglasses.
Oh, God,
with
yeah.
like Vinny's sandals or whatever. Also, I would wear this because I feel like I would totally.
Yeah, you're
I
gonna
would
wear
totally
that
do this.
tomorrow.
Yeah, this is how it happens, everyone. Like you'll see. Also, like this too, like the overshirt.
That's
thing.
pretty.
It's, like,
That's
normal
solid.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Christopher Nolan movies are like they're of the moment, but they're kind of stylish. They're very sleek. They're not super sexy, but it's very
Because
like
everyone dresses like
Yeah.
he dresses all his protagonists like himself.
that's true. And he's I mean, this is what Christopher Nolan looks like.
Yeah.
I feel bad because I actually didn't send this to MJ while
Oh,
we're
well.
talking about.
Yeah.
We should just be screen sharing the whole time, which I feel like is what most other virtual podcasts probably do when they're like covering things from the
They
internet.
do.
But yeah, I mean, even like I'm sure people have talked about it. I don't know. I clicked the same link again.
Just to get it
but it's like
again.
you know, Christopher Nolan and what's his name?
DiCaprio?
DiCaprio. They
Yeah.
have like similar face shapes and eyes and. Like,
Oh yeah, they definitely do.
yeah,
Well,
except I mean, obviously the build is. I think the build's kind of similar, and then but he's Nolan's got a little bit more of a widow's peak than yeah. But Christopher Nolan's been known for like being one of those few directors who's like wearing a suit on set.
Yeah.
You know, I know that Taika Waititi wears like designer clothes. He's kind of cool.
I think a lot of the old school directors wear suits. Like
Spielberg wears at least like a sport coat or sometimes a tie. I think lately he does like the vest and tie look.
He does scarves a lot.
Oh,
like,
that's right.
Francis
Yeah.
Ford Coppola, I was watching behind the scenes of Megalopolis, and he's wearing like
boy.
a suit. I love that movie, man. Did we talk about that movie? We should have done a Megalopolis
We
episode.
should.
Do you know it's like impossible to watch now? Like, it never got any sort of home or digital release, and it's not because, like, the studio was like, fuck this, it didn't make any money, we're not going to do it. He owns the distribution
he owns
rights.
everything about it.
And he doesn't want it to have a home release. He wants it to, like, you have to go...
consciousness or whatever.
Yeah, and it's, like, the only way to get it is, like, you could probably pirate it, but, like, I don't have a VPN anymore. But then you can, like, there's an Italian
Hey, Nord, if
Blu-ray.
you're listening, we need a sponsor, actually.
Yeah.
So,
There's an Italian Blu-ray, but I think it's like, is it like DRM? You can't watch it in the United
something
States.
like that.
Yeah.
Whoa. This is cool.
Oh yeah, the traditional Japanese.
Like tunic part underneath the sport coat. He wears
good.
that in the dream.
Okay, yeah, we should do a
We're doing
Nolan
Inception.
episode.
That's gonna be next after North by Northwest, which
Yeah.
has most likely come out by this. Actually, it will have come out by this time this episode is.
That movie's like $5 on iTunes, like every week, and I still haven't bought it. But maybe this is the sign. Oh yeah, damn. We started the episode shit talking it, but now we're like, actually,
we're gonna talk about fucking Inception. Hey guys.
Hey,
welcome to Style Direction,
Hey.
the menswear podcast without the stuffiness.
No stuffing.
This is one of your hosts, Ethan M. Wong.
I'm Spencer DSO.
And I'm MJ.
Live and in person.
Did you guys get how fast he said that?
Yeah, because we're here.
I was not even done saying the word, and he immediately says it. This is how it. Yeah, this is one of those few times where Spencer and Ethan are in the physical same room.
This physical room.
That's right.
The room where it happens.
We
should do a Hamilton.
Someone
episode.
tell. Oh my
Lin?
God. Yeah, Lin
Manuel.
Yeah. Do you remember the whole TikTok trend of like I got another meeting out of town? Have you seen that?
I don't remember that. I do remember his lip bite selfies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, there's a TikTok. This is just us talking about the internet.
Internet.
Yeah, because we're just basically one of those regular guy podcasts now.
We're just internet guys.
We're not talking about too much about menswear. Just kidding. But there's a little trend where it's I think he's sneaking out to like have an affair, I think, and people are like making there's like a whole trend where you dress up like Hamilton, like like they kind of like draw a goatee on and like put the hair in a ponytail, and like it's just increasingly weird situations where he's like trying to crawl out of like a dog door or like stuff, and then, but it's like the audio from the musical. But yeah, it's really funny. I feel like it's kind of what's interesting about Lin is like he went from like it's like big and like super cringe, and now it's kind of like endearing a little bit, and then the current like
because everything is so bad now that like people are nostalgic for like the
earnest stuff. I feel like that's kind of I kind of like. I mean, this is like I don't know, millennial apology, but like
millennials, we're sorry.
Yeah. I'm a millennial.
I know. I apparently, if you ask people, I mean, I think generation stuff is stupid. But I'm a 97 baby, so allegedly that's Gen Z, but I feel much more comfortable with millennials than I do with Zoomers, I'll be honest.
Yeah, I mean, at the early points of like TikTok, I felt like I'm like way more Gen Z because I'm on TikTok, but then like as time goes on, I'm like, no.
Dude, it's so awesome now. Like I'm not even 30, but I'm like fully at the point where I'm like, I have no idea what the fuck the kids are talking about. Like I'm completely checked out from youth culture now. It's great.
Youth culture.
Yeah, it's kind of fun to do.
MJ, how do you? I mean, you work retail. How is it working with the Gen Zers and maybe Gen Alpha? They're probably like 18 now, right, or whatever. So they're probably like working. I mean, I guess you could work when you're 16 years old.
Because I work at a university.
Yeah. On the older end, they're like 2021 now. I think. We're at that point, right?
Yeah, are you getting the humor from the kids? Like, are you fully aware of what's going on?
Mostly. I guess I kind of blend in because I'm also on the internet a lot. So when they talk about like,
because what
happened?
No, I don't know. You might have to edit some of this part. I don't know why the internet's being really laggy or why we're all being laggy.
Are you lag? Okay, because I'm good. I hear him, but is he lagging out for you?
I heard you cut out. I wasn't sure if you were
because I was going to start talking, but then you were. Yeah, I was pausing to let you talk.
Okay, because your pause got cut off, which is funny.
Yeah, I think you should raise your hands when you're doing this. Okay. Where are we leaving off?
Just talk about you're on the internet a lot.
Yeah, MJ. Yeah, you're saying you're on the internet. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on the internet a lot. So all like the new memes and like even the
what
new
does that even
slang
mean?
is I don't know. Or sometimes it's not even like the memes themselves. It's just like whatever current happenings in like I guess social media or like influencer people. Even though I don't follow them, it's like you kind of get the info like passively, I guess.
Who is that TikTok? I told you guys about this. There was a TikTok guy that came to campus, and I had never heard of him because I'm not on TikTok. And he was a big deal, like 1,000 fucking people.
Are you talking about the whole like if you're an Asian baddie thing?
Yeah, that guy. That guy was there. I had never heard of him. I had to talk like I was talking to someone else in my office who's like in her early 30s, and she knew who he was, and I didn't.
I've seen. I mean, here's the thing. Just like with music, I don't like. I remember the thing, but I don't remember the name or who it was. This is why I'm bad at trivia, because every time they have a song category, I'll be like, oh, I've heard the song, no idea who sang it, and no idea what the song title is.
Well, it's I like where maybe we could do a report on youth fashion at some point, because working at a university, I get to see it.
Yes, you do see it, yeah.
And it's really funny because you guys remember that TikTok from like a couple of years ago where it's like a girl on a subway platform and she's wearing
it's like almost Adam Sandler combined with like ballerina core.
Yeah,
it was like a bodysuit, but maybe like unfastened at the bottom with like big
shorts,
shorts,
or something
with
that.
like either like a samba or some kind of like crazy sneaker thing.
They, like ballet flats or heels, but like every girl dresses like that now. Like everyone's making fun of that, but like she won. You know?
Yeah, no, it's true. Where like people are like, this is like beyond like what you could think, and people were like clowning on it, but like it is kind of beyond them, and then it's like this kind of ironic thing. Like, it's so funny that this is cold opens going on so long now.
Yeah.
But I remember seeing a post, and maybe we've talked about this before. But it was like, a girl wearing, kind of like what you would think of in like the late aughts. So it was like boot cut, like mid-rise jeans, like maybe a little bit of like the kind of True Religion, like studying or like stitching thing with like flats, and then like a slim V-neck, like very like aughts kind of regular girl. And she says, living in the Midwest means no one will know what you're doing. And the thing is like people were saying how she's dressing in like TikTok, whatever, like kind of referencing it, but it's also like it is beyond that. Like people don't know that she's doing a look. She just looks like a regular person, and that was like someone was like analyzing it. It was like that's kind of how it is now, where like the whole like big cargo shorts with like a polo shirt with Oakleys. Like regular people all over the world wear that, or especially in America. But then kids today will do that because it's like a look, and they will be like, yeah, the regular guy doesn't know that I'm doing fashion because we dress the same, but we're doing it two different ways, and that's kind of crazy.
They reinvented normcore.
Yeah, yeah. It's insane now, like what that means.
Yeah.
But anyway, this is
a future episode.
This is crazy. Yeah, this is going
to be a
beyond,
future episode.
This is beyond the
beyond burgers of fashion.
Yeah. Speaking of kids style, I do want to share the story. I did it in the Discord, so I apologize if people have heard it already, or if you didn't even care and read it, you just scrolled past my story, whatever. But I was at a coffee shop this past Tuesday, and I was wearing my white suit, and I had the jacket off. I'm wearing suspenders, and we'll talk about that later on in the episode. But this kid, I guess, he's not a kid, he's like a college student, but he like taps me on the shoulder, he's like, hey man, like I love your braces. And I'm like, oh, like I'm clocking this, like he's saying braces and not like, I love your suspenders or whatever. Like this guy calls them, the British way or whatever. And I'm like, oh, thanks. He's like, yeah, like man, like do you dress like this all the time? I'm like, yeah, like I'm just here. He's like, dude, that's sick. Like, what do you do? I'm like, oh, I'm just like a guy. Like I have a regular job. I'm just drinking coffee. I'm just reading, and he's like, that's so cool, man. He's like, I'm into tailoring too, and I'm like looking at him. I'm like, yeah, like your outfit's cool. He's like, yeah, like usually I like to wear a suit, but it's kind of hot, and but I just I came from Polo. I'm like, oh, you were shopping at Ralph Lauren? He's like, no, I was at Polo practice. I'm like, oh, okay. And this kid was wearing like a silk slubby knit polo with white linen trousers and penny loafers. And I was like, I noticed, I'm like, oh, these are nice loafers. Where are they from? And he's like, oh, these are Crockett and Jones. I'm like,
what shoes were you wearing that day?
I was wearing. Oh yeah, this is really funny. Like this is I was. He tells me like, oh, I like yours too. They remind me of J.M. McLaughlin, and nothing wrong with J.M. McLaughlin. But like I'm gonna look it up for you, and I'm just like, he's like, yeah, man, like the stitching looks just like these, and okay, like they're not awful, but like I think he's probably thinking of like these.
Huh. Oh, okay.
Kind of like the Belgian, because I have like contrast stitching on them.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah, these are Alden. You know, these are Alden with Brogue. He's like, oh, I know Brogue. And I'm like, I bet you do. And then he's like, yeah, man, like what's your contact, dude? Like you should like hang out sometime. You got to come out to these like tailoring events. Like tailoring events in LA. He's like, yeah, you know. Whenever like Edward Sexton comes to town, I'm like, oh yeah, I guess they do that. I didn't.
Look, we talked about this years ago, like when we were talking about the menswear stuff in LA. It's like there are events, but it's like the shit that like John Hamm will get invited to. You know?
I remember. Didn't like Ryan talked about that on the thing where he, I think, was thinking about an Anderson and Shepard suit, or maybe Edward Sexton or something like that, and he was talking with the sales guy, and the sales guy invited him, and when he went, it was John Hamm, and then who's the guy who directed Bridesmaids? Not Kevin Feige. It's
Judd Apatow.
It's like that name.
Okay.
But he's that guy, and it's like celebrity stuff. And then anyway, that kid was like, I asked him, okay, so Edward Sexton, like, do you get bespoke suits? He's like, oh yeah, I love wearing bespoke suits. Paul Feig. Yeah. And he was saying like, yeah, I love wearing suits. I'm like, well, where do you get yours? And he says, oh, I like Canton Haste, I like Gibbs and Hawks, and I'm like, damn, these are real. I'm like, well, I don't know what I expected from a guy who was like going to polo. He's also wearing a Rolex Daytona. His friend who was with him was more of like regular attire, like a black T-shirt. I don't know about Uniqlo U, but he was wearing like big black jeans with he had like a leather backpack, so not like a JanSport, and then he had a Tissot Submariner. So obviously not a Rolex one, but like these two guys like clearly had it. And I'm just like, damn, like in this random SGV coffee shop, at like 7:00, these guys. And then so shout out that guy. He's a really well dressed kid, and he had like no idea like who I was. And not saying that he should, but I just thought it was like, kind of funny. This guy's in the know, and we have like a lot of like mutuals, but kind of cool to kind of like just meet someone out there, just wearing regular clothes, and like not being like, oh yeah, we all know this stuff. It's just like two guys wearing cool clothes, which is kind of nice.
I feel like that's a very rare occurrence in LA.
Yeah,
at least for the not like being complimented on your style by another guy, but wearing that specific kind of look,
Oh yeah,
it's like I would that's gonna happen if you're wearing like big hunting pants or whatever, and like a tan jacket. I don't know.
Yeah, I do feel like, I mean, we kind of do this, right? Like when we see someone who's wearing a suit, sometimes it's nice to compliment them because like it's like a little bit of a little head nod situation, especially now because we don't see it. I feel like during the hashtag menswear thing, you could say that a little bit more, but then nowadays, because it's rare, I feel like it is kind of important to kind of compliment someone because they're not doing just like the cargo pants with the thing. At the very, I mean, the thing is nowadays people are wearing at least like loafers or a sport coat nowadays, which is still nice. But yeah, I mean that just makes me stand out more. Again, I'm wearing a white suit at a coffee shop, wearing suspenders and a bow tie. Yeah, this is a little bit like, it's a little crazy. But yeah. That's my little youth report.
Your youth report.
I mean, he's probably like 20, 21 or something. He's not like not super young.
I was telling you last night, there are a couple suit kids at like Cal State Long Beach, and I don't like, I've never like bumped into them and been like, I like your outfit. I would have to like fucking run across the quad.
Yeah, maybe don't do
I'm not gonna do that because I think that would be weird.
Yeah.
But there's a couple suit guys. I saw a guy a couple weeks ago. Who was just straight up dressing like a 1975 businessman.
Oh,
like,
hell yeah.
He had like a 3-piece like vintage 70s suit
with
like flared. Yeah, it was like gray pinstripe.
Oh, okay.
That was cool. It was like with flared pants. He had like kind of the boots, and then with like a long point collar and like a big chunky 70s tie.
So really doing it.
Yeah, like literally. And it's like, I was like, damn, that's cool.
Yeah, I think it's kind of fun to like, I mean, we've said this before, and I guess this is taking up a longer segment than I thought, but it's still fun. Like dressing up, not in terms of formality, but like costume-based dressing. And this guy is like clearly, I guess based on the story, it's like he's nailed the look of like a 70s businessman. I think that's really fun because, there are days still today where when I make a new friend or with old friends where they're always like, oh, I can't be a suit guy. And I'm like, I never think of it as like being a suit guy. I'm like, the kind of like the person that I am is a guy that happens to be wearing a suit.
Yeah.
Like the guy at the coffee. I mean, it's performative male stuff, like, oh, that guy reading that book would likely be in a suit, or just like how my friend Sirhan, like he used to not think so, but like now he'll wear like a graphic t-shirt. He loves like birds, like he usually has like some kind of like bird illustration, and then he wears that with a suit. I'm like, well, that's kind of cool. Like it's that guy. He's not wearing it like he doesn't have to be Ethan. I don't think he would want to dress like Ethan out there. But I think that's kind of cool, and I wish more people kind of did that. I was talking to this person that I'm seeing, and she was also kind of fascinated with like, oh yeah, like it's not occasion. I'm like, yeah, it's like it's the occasion of the character of like who that person is. And she's like, well, why don't more guys do that? I'm like, well, I think it's also because people just don't like suits. Like, like people today, like it's so funny. People will wear the same proportions that we wear, but like they won't do the suit, and it's because of formality. I get it. There's a reason why. Anyway,
we could expand on this.
We'll do the future. Yeah, I mean, we've done this a lot. It's just typical stuff. Hey, you guys, how's your Bronson purchases going?
I like mine a lot. So
yes,
so I'm a jeans fellow. I wear jeans all the time.
I didn't say GF because as people know the podcast, whenever the JG thing, I keep messing that shit up.
But so we all made a purchase from Bronson. I was really worried that we were going to get hit with the tariffs, but it seems like we're good.
Nope.
But anyway, I got a pair of their 1966 high-rise denim jeans, which I've been looking for. Like, most of the jeans that I have are like the big, like wide ones, like 50s or earlier style.
Yeah.
And my ones that I would wear all the time, the teenaged, as you know, they're very distressed. I've had them repaired, but like there was a crotch blowout situation. Oh, no. So I can't wear them anymore. I can. I have to get them repaired, but I just haven't taken. I'd have to drive up to a fucking denim place, and I'd have to pay like $120 to get them repaired. Yeah. I haven't wanted to do that. So I've been wearing these, which Ethan can see. These are my LVC 1947s, which I forgot I owned.
This is
crazy. I have like a shit ton of stuff in my garage, stuff that I've been meaning to sell and just haven't. Yeah. And like I was digging through it like a couple months ago, and I found them. Yeah. And they're like a pair of like 47 LVCs. These are distressed too. These are like really really soft, and like I'm getting some holes in the knees. I'm getting some holes where I like put my pocket shit in my pocket or whatever. And so it's like, I like wearing jeans to work, but I don't want to wear distressed jeans. So I'm like, I need a new pair. I don't want something that's super wide. I want something, because I've been doing more 60s and 70s looks, like 60 through like 80s looks. Yeah. And I feel like I love the wide jeans, but sometimes those aren't as conducive to those kinds of looks. I like those proportions. Yeah. So I got the 67 Levi's. I was a little bit worried that they were going to be too slim, but I measured them and they're actually like really similar to the 47 cut.
Yeah. I can see that.
So I really like those. I've been wearing them like a ton because when I need to like break them in, I don't like how stiff they are, and so
you wash them yet?
No, not yet, because they're not pre-shrunk, and I'm so worried. I'm so worried that once I shrink them, they're not going to fit anymore.
I mean, that's the whole... We've never really done... This is why we got to do a denim episode at some point. Honestly, just off topic, you got to, like, frame some of your old
I know.
jeans.
I should. I have my LVC 30. I got to sell them to some of those, like, jeans museums. Like,
I think you should just keep them. I think you should just...
I should keep them.
You should frame them, all of them, and in your future house or apartment or whatever, like, you got to, like... Yeah, because that is awesome. I do think that's really cool. When you go to like 316 or gets to a Levi's store and you like a customer came back like 10 years later and like they donated the jeans. I think that's really cool to have yours like up there. You should do that.
No, but it's I'm really enjoying the purchase. I like Bronson. I feel like the first time I ordered from them,
what was your first? What was your first?
I think my first order was the Browns Beach Fest.
Yes,
because I was a little bit worried about the quality, because it's like I feel like I've seen a lot of menswear guys disparage them because like
they are like a thinner,
like cheap Chinese shit. It's like it's like ripping off like real McCoys or Buzz Rickson or whatever,
the Japanese made stuff.
But it's like everything I've gotten has been like really good quality. I have that. I have a pair of frog skin cargos. I have a denim jacket, the World War II style. And now, finally, I have these jeans. And, like, everything I've gotten has been pretty good. I think the Browns Beach Fest is, like, a little bit of a synthetic blend. It's like like 10% synthetic or something.
Yeah.
But it works. It's fine. It's like really.
I mean,
good.
me and MJ have the Capital Browns Beach, a fun Browns Beach one, right?
Yeah.
Do we both have that, MJ? You found one immediately?
Yeah. Well, I bought mine on Grailed for like. Yeah, I bought it on Grailed a little bit after you got yours.
How much? Were you trying to not say how much it was?
Yeah, but I do remember it was less than you paid, which was good for me. So.
That's true. Mine was like maybe yours was like 150. Mine was like 190 or something like that.
Yeah, mine wasn't close to 200.
Yeah, mine was probably like closer that way. I haven't worn. I guess it's gonna be 'tis the season soon.
Yeah.
But that's cool. Yeah, I mean, I didn't know about Bronson until you told me about it. And I remember you telling me like the M43 pants, they were thinner than you expected, like the material. I think that might be the bigger part of the Bronson thing.
I think the thinner ones that I had, the cargos that I got from them are actually heavy, because I had another pair of frog skin cargos that I got from like World War II Impressions or something like that.
You have two?
Yeah, but those ones were like too big, and I like tried to take, because it's like
I see.
I tried to take them in to like Ruben, like my tailor, and he was like, I'm not gonna be able to like take these in without like fucking up the proportions. Yeah. And so I just got another pair, and those were like, I'll like compare them. I think I still have the old pair.
Yeah,
I like sometimes I think I've like used the old pair for like fabric when I need to do repairs.
Oh, I see. Yeah. That's kind of a fun thing to do.
But no, it's like the denim is like pretty hefty. Like I mean, they're in the other room. You could like feel them.
Okay.
But I don't remember exactly what weight it is, but they're hefty
Compared to the ones that or like similar to what you have, or
because these I think this was like already
these are the LDC ones.
These are the LDCs, and it was like one of the pre-distressed ones. I got it on eBay, like it was like $100 or something like that. And so these are like pretty thin, pretty lightweight, because I think they've been worn and washed a lot.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. But the Bronson ones are still pretty hefty, pretty thick. They're not so heavy that you could like stand them up on their own.
And the fit's okay?
The fit's pretty good. I like it. It's a little bit like less room in the hips than these have, but I think that's good, because sometimes when I put shit in the pockets, they look like jodhpurs. They flare out a little bit.
Hey, I'll talk about that in a second.
Yeah.
Well, MJ, what about you? You got the tiger stripe pants.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell me about them.
Yeah. I mean, looking for tiger stripe stuff is just kind of hard. I think,
Impossible.
So. But, yeah. When I
or not like affordable and in your size.
Yeah.
Because I feel like a couple of years ago it was like cheaper, but now it's like gotten crazy. I mean, I guess certain types of tiger stripe, like the golden tiger stripe, has always been pretty expensive, I think.
Yeah, but this one, when I saw it, I was like, I can justify the purchase right away. Especially with just how because I think I've seen other tiger stripe stuff, but it always has something that makes it like not like regular like this, I guess. Like, I don't know, like they add like a elastic drawstring in the waist, or like a jogger cuff or something like that, which is like, it's like kind of just puts you off like the whole thing. So finding this one was good. Feels good. Cotton's nice. It's pretty.
And you've never bought anything Bronson before?
Yeah, this is my first Bronson purchase. So good purchase. Yeah, the cotton's pretty light. I was actually able to wear it a few times already in the.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
In the warmth that we have at the moment. And
you like how light it is?
Yeah. It's okay. I mean, because it's like a.
Does it feel hard wearing? That's the thing. You know what I mean? Like compared to other.
Hard to.
Or just like
choose what to wear.
Not
it with,
like rugged, or not rugged, but like I'm trying
like
to think of the word.
It can take a beating. Is
yeah,
my point.
yeah.
It feels like a military. Okay.
Yeah, it's still, because it's like, I mean, it's a tropical, or it's a replica. Of the tropical like fatigues, right? So. It's like
they're not super heavy.
Yeah, it's meant to be lightweight, but it's still it's still ripstop cotton, so it still has that like feeling of durability. And it's good. It's great.
How have you worn them? You better take the fit pic. I need the fucking fit pics for the article.
Yeah. I mean, I wore it like, I guess, pretty regular, like. People post that their like fits in like the customer reviews, and I'm like, okay, so I'm not like I'm not like
Yeah.
too unique where it's like like chore coat and uh uh chambray shirt and stuff like that. Just like
The classics,
um
milk syrup Americana.
yeah,
Yeah.
where it's just very uh I guess consistent, or like like the um what you would expect to wear it with. I did wear it with like when it like drizzled a couple days ago. I wore it with like my Uniqlo parka, which is kind of cool because the parka is also just like solid olive, so it kind of had that that like military look still.
Yeah, the whole uniformic kind of vibe to it.
Yeah, without wearing like a tiger stripe top, basically.
Have you wondered with tailoring? Did you say that yet?
Not yet. I think that's the
But you would.
that's
Would
the
you?
next the next slot in the list.
Yeah, I love the camo pants with a sport coat thing. I know that we've seen Bryson do it. We've seen Spencer do it.
Yeah.
One of my favorite Spencer looks. I'll include a photo of that one from a couple of years ago on there. But yeah, I'm glad that you guys are both good here. I like mine. So again, I've heard about
you
Bronson. I think through what did I get? I got
What didn't you
jodhpurs.
get?
Yeah, I got no. They're not called jodhpurs. They're called the Motor Troop breeches. And they're basically like a whipcord. They're like a black denim twill, a little bit raised, so it does feel like a whipcord versus like just a regular like jean fabric. I will say it is thinner than I thought, which is good, but like if I had these as jeans, I would feel like these would be too light. I think by that I mean like they wrinkle and collapse kind of easily. The good thing about jodhpurs is that they're billowy, so like that's kind of the effect.
Yeah.
But they're just not as like taut, you know. It could be. I think it's like maybe some of the proportions are a little bit like. I wish it was like the rise was a little bit higher and maybe like snugger around that area. Like. Obviously, they're different than like my nylon rayon ones, which are like very taut because like those are kind of synthetics and they're like they're more form fitting and they're like a rayon gab kind of. So this one feels kind of like a lighter jean that's kind of bigger that's turned into breeches. And so like they again like around the crotch and around like the hips part of it, they do kind of like collapse and like wrinkle up. The good thing is that again they're not super like they don't run too hot, and they're not restrictive. So I think they could be tighter in the buttoning area if they wanted to, but they're not, which is I guess good. And they still slide easily into my riding boots. But they're really cool. They're a decently high rise. It's one of those things where maybe because I'm like in between sizes, like I can pull them up a little bit higher. And I like them. I like them a lot. They're nice. They're like a dark black. Like the stitching is like this like darkish brown, which makes it kind of a fun rustic look. The buttons are brown as well. They got buttons on the hip pockets or the regular pockets that have a little bit of like a yoke to them because they're like based on like 1910s, 1920s like motor like maybe like motorcycle cop things. And then the stitching also goes down the side of the leg. And there's like 6 I think buttons, so it kind of the buttoning part kind of goes high, which is good because in my other pants there's only 3 near the ankle, so it's like it is kind of hard to like get through, but as I said those are also slimmer through the leg. I've worn them a couple times. I got them because actually I think we talked about it on the podcast. You were talking about Bronson. This might be like when you were buying like from WPG What Price Glory before, and then we were like, what's Bronson up to? This is like months ago, and I was like, I saw these pants and I'm like, damn, do I get them? And I didn't buy them then.
Well, because I could talk about this. I actually made another Bronson. I might have talked about this on the podcast. I think it came from because I made another Bronson purchase.
Yeah.
When I've had the Knickerbocker and Company khakis for a long time.
Right.
And I wore those all the time. They were like the officers' khakis, like the World War II style.
Yeah.
And like after years and years of wearing and washing them, the knee finally blew out, and I'm like, I can't wear these to work anymore. These are now home pants, like out pants, whatever. So I need to I need to get something else. And Bronson had khakis that were like
Oh yeah, you did talk about
$80
this.
or
Yeah,
something,
yeah.
70, $80, which is not a bad price at all. And I was looking on the website and I was stuck between two, which is like the 1942 Army ones and the 1944 Marine ones, which are very similar except for the color. Like the Marine ones are a little bit darker, and they have the pocket flaps, the button pocket flaps on the back.
Yeah.
And I really like both of those too. I think you've shot me in those a couple times, but I could also like make sure that you have some photos of that for the article. I forgot to mention those in my Bronson purchases, but I got those and we were looking on the website when I was buying those.
That's when I was like, looking at those ones. And I mean, MJ had his 30th birthday. I mean, this was like 4 months ago at this point. That's crazy. 4 months ago.
Yeah.
In May.
How time flies.
Well, I guess it would be maybe it was more of June. But yeah, I remember like, I did the Luke Skywalker look and I'm like, damn, this is why I should have bought it, because I just tucked regular black jeans in there, and that's okay. But now having pants again that are meant to be tucked in, that don't like, wrinkle up and like cause you to sweat around your calf or whatever, is so much better. So I've been enjoying them. I actually wore them with a sport coat, and I know you're not supposed to really wear black in a sport coat, but I feel like it's fine. It's sporty, and they're just different. Like, they feel more like trousers, or they're dressier, obviously, compared to the khaki ones. The khaki ones feel a little bit too much equestrian, whereas the black ones feel like it's a little bit sleeker, it's sexier. It still has like the hunting sporty look, but like it's got that kind of like direct edge to them. Again, Luke Skywalker. And of course, I mean, I just keep looking at Cecil B. DeMille, who wore riding pants and riding boots on set. Talk about director style, with like ties and even a fedora. So like, I kind of want to do that. And even though the black ones again are black, they're more like a black jean. I like doing that. If they made them in like chocolate brown,
that would be good.
I would love that. I don't know. Like, a part of me is like, should I buy another pair just to dye? I have washed and dried them, and they didn't shrink on me, which is good. So it's like, I think a hot bath with the dye might work. I've never dyed. Like, if it's black, does it?
I don't know.
Is that
I've
easier
never dyed.
to like?
Are you gonna have to do like what you do with hair? You bleach it. And
yeah, because it's like, I mean, you could do black, you could do brown to black, because it's just darker color or whatever. But I don't know about going like
people
a lighter
do that
direction.
with shoes, maybe, don't they? I don't know,
like,
but it's a
stain 'em
different
or whatever.
principle. Leather versus cloth is gonna be way different.
That is different.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was kind of fun. I did wear them when Brooks came to town.
Neato.
A little quick thing here. Shout out Brooks, who works at the Suit Supply in Seattle. If I'm wrong, that's right. You guys like how I called my Suit Supply article my Suit my Su Studios? Sutios?
Yeah, that's good.
I also, because I didn't want to use the word Suit Supply over and over in there. It's kind of like an anti SEO thing, But yeah, he came to town. We've met Brooks before. I've met Brooks before too. Like, there's a long time ago.
When was the last time?
I don't know about you guys, but I remember the first time was, he came to visit me when I was at Ascot Chang, and like, I was there for like a year, and he's getting into menswear. He would is already firmly in it, and he's like, hey, I'm like gonna go through some training or something, because Suit Supply is a crazy company. Like, they're like a tech company. Like, they fly like. Their assistant manager's like, oh, you need, like, someone needs to cover someone, will fly you over there. I don't know what their financial stuff is, but like, so he was coming down for some kind of like training thing at probably the Century City store or something down here in LA. We had like gelato, we actually had a conversation recently about like, if he likes being called a straight edge. He's like, I'm not a straight edge, because I feel like it's like saying like vegan, like there's like this connotation. He's like, I just don't drink or do drugs. Like, it's kind of a funny way of looking at it, but like, we kind of connected back
straight
then.
edge is like a whole lifestyle.
I think that's kind of what it is. Like you're in the heavy, you're in like the punk scene or whatever, but you don't do that. There's like this implication. Like, also, like, I don't believe in God versus I'm an atheist. There's like this kind of thing to it. And
there's more commitment when you're a straight edge.
Yeah. Vegan versus plant-based, right?
Exactly. That is great. And MJ, you would know.
I would, but I do.
That's right. And so, we connected like all those years ago, because like I didn't really drink back then either, and I'd never done anything. Look at me now. But yeah, we've been like really good friends since then. He's a patron, I believe. He's been in the Discord, and we've been chatting it up. He's come to visit. I didn't get to visit him when I went to Seattle with my the person I was dating a couple of years ago, but he's come over. He's a really great guy, and We had whoop.
Oh man.
Sorry. Whoop. Take a shot, everyone, for this
Time to
random
wake
ass
up.
call.
Do you take a shot when someone calls?
I do actually. It makes it
Okay.
horrible during the
Yeah.
daytime. Yeah, he came over and we kind of did like not really any menswear stuff, which is kind of fun. I mean, I feel like
That's kind of fun when a menswear guy. Like if you can hang out and do other
that's
stuff.
kind
that's
of
good,
important.
yeah.
I feel like, you know, to be able to know that you're friends more and in a way that's more than just what have you bought, what are you wearing, what are you looking at? Because there's nothing wrong with when menswear guys come to town, and everyone is really lovely. But as kind of the theme, like especially if you're a reader of the blog, like I'm kind of like checked out. You know, not that I don't like wearing clothes, I'm just like checked out of like the whole goings on. You
Yeah.
know, and so and I think all of us are kind of like that.
I
We're-
just like wearing my own clothes.
yeah, and then, you know, occasionally we'll visit a thing or whatever. Like it's kind of funny. He was like, "Oh, I was gonna go to Beams, but then I heard you guys say like it's not." I mean, it's not that it's bad. It's
It
just
wasn't
like
bad at all. It just wasn't a menswear. If you wanted like cute little home goods,
and
or
it's all
shit,
collab stuff. It's not like
Yeah.
it's, you know,
Like it was
yeah.
good stuff, but it was like I was really hoping.
I wouldn't.
to
You
get
don't go
more-
out of your way out of it. I mean, you got to make like a whole, as we did in the last episode. You got to make a whole like downtown LA afternoon where you go
Yeah.
from there to High Tide. I wish I took him to High Tide, but we ended up going to the Grove, and I had to explain to
Nice.
him what the Grove was. And it's funny because when I picked him up, he took his first Uber to the Americana, and so I was like, "Hey, this is kind of the
no!
two
Shit,
similar things."
really?
Yeah, because I was watching I watched
God.
Demon Slayer when he came in,
Yeah.
and so he met us at the Americana, so I could drive him back because you know, we were like have a little bit of a meal before, and then went to the Grove because he was meeting up with someone else for coffee over there.
Wait, did he accidentally go to the Americana instead of the Grove?
No, no,
Oh,
no,
okay.
no,
I
I'm
thought you
saying
meant like
he
was-
arrived on a
okay.
Friday night. I was like, "Hey, like I know you're arriving at like 10 or 11. Like I'm gonna be. I know it's far, but like you know, if you want to hang out, like we could have like, you know, share a basket of fries at this BJ's across the street. Just put in the Americana." And he's like, "Okay." And then the next day we went to the Grove, and I'm like, "Hey, if this looks familiar to you, it's similar.
It's
Caruso.
Caruso.
Yeah. I don't know if this means
America's
anything to
mayor.
people listening to it, but there are two outdoor malls basically that are.
If you're an LA person,
Yeah, and they are, the Grove is the original.
Uh-huh.
Caruso is like this like real estate group or development group, and it's very like meant to be this pseudo European outdoor kind of like, you know,
they're playing
cobblestone
fucking
streets.
Frank Sinatra. and
Playing,
shit.
yeah, there's a big old fountain at the Grove. Like Todd Snyder's there, Hermes is there. There's a whole bunch of stuff, and then the Americana is in Glendale, across from the Glendale Galleria. Two separate places. One's Westfield, one's Caruso, and the Americana is like a smaller version of that. It's not as fancy, but they have like,
A
you know, like
fountain.
a fountain.
the
They have
trolley.
a trolley. It's shorter at the Americana, which
Well,
is
because
crazy.
you wouldn't need to take the trolley at either of the places.
But yeah, you
It's like-
just walk through it. But the thing at the Grove, they have a farmer's market, which is kind of the cooler part of it.
No, that place is fun. And it's fun. Maybe we'll save this for the next episode in
Yeah.
terms of time. But it's
Yeah.
funny because you were there, and then I was there like 2 hours later.
That
for
is
something
really
else.
funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, Brooks came to, and then in the evening we played a D&D session.
I was able to join for a little
Yeah,
bit, which
his
was
little
super
tiefling
fun.
rogue guy.
Yeah.
What was your name? Do you remember?
I don't remember.
Yeah. But he ended up getting really scared and at some point and ran away.
Ran away because I was
Yeah.
a scaredy cat.
That's right. We had to find some way to talk Spencer out of it.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, guys. Brooks writes D&D campaigns.
That is so cool, man.
Awesome.
That's so,
Really
I got to
great.
talk to him because me and Jay were trying to write. Well, hey, launching into something else eventually.
Yeah.
We're trying to write like a Call of Cthulhu campaign. So getting
Yeah,
his
that was
input-
really fun. So me and Brooks did that with Yumna
Yeah.
and Sirhan and Jay later on the next day,
Uh-huh.
and that was a lot of fun. I had never done Call of Cthulhu
It's
before.
so much fun. I like it more, well, because I'm way more into that setting than I am fantasy stuff. I've never been big into fantasy, but the Call of Cthulhu stuff,
Yeah.
I'm super into. I don't know if I've talked about this on the pod. I'm not going to spend too long on it, but when I was unemployed, that's when Jay started a Call of Cthulhu group, and during my unemployment, I spent like a whole week writing like a fucking dozen-page document
Damn,
of like my character
looking at it as he's scrolling.
backstory.
He's like, you know,
I
going through it.
included a bunch of real historical photos as
Oh, wow.
references.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but
So your character survives is what it seems to be happening. Here.
so far,
Okay.
I hope he lives. I actually included a whole section of like, okay, what did I call it? I called visions of things not yet to pass and perhaps never to be.
That's funny.
Something like that, but just all of his later life. And my character from Call of Cthulhu, according to my lore, he dies of a heart attack right after seeing Star Wars.
Damn.
in
He was like
1977.
this Lucas guy. You know,
he
it's
sees
crazy.
Chewbacca and it's just too much for
Yeah,
him.
he's seen too much of Cthulhu.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Yeah, I would say it's not spoiler alert if you guys haven't done the Lake Geneva story in Call of Cthulhu. But all of our characters died.
Oh no.
And I'm not gonna get too far into it, but we had to. There's a living, breathing, or these cultists. I guess transform this steamboat in the lake to summon a Shoggoth. And it's living in the middle there.
Oh, we should
And
also say it's probably
it's a role playing
through
game.
the name. It's a role playing game that is all
Kind of
supernatural
one-shots,
set,
yeah.
inspired by H.P. Lovecraft, mostly set in the 1920s.
Ours was 1890s, but
1890s. That's cool.
But there's a bus, and I'm like, I don't think that existed. Actually, that's not how that works. I don't think the writer could tell what that is, but it's fine. But yeah, the steamboat. Steamboat does feel 1890s.
Yeah.
But then we were like, well, we have to stop this boat and we have to get on the boat. What do you have to do? We're gonna launch our bus into it. And so we did that, and then we fought the boss in there. And I guess the people are saying that it's not that great of an adventure. And Yumna later on told us that the boss had too much health and she was concerned that we wouldn't be able to kill it. So she let us improvise a lot. And so what do? You shoot the tank of the bus, and you also have someone douse themselves in kerosene and jump onto the coal area. That way you could stop this damn supernatural ship that is going to the center of the lake to summon whatever's underneath it. And so thankfully the sacrifice of our characters has at least postponed the future summoning of this thing.
Yeah, because the other thing about Call of Cthulhu is that your characters are much more squishy than in Dungeons and Dragons. It's trying to be more realistic games. So it's like, it's one of those things where it's like if you get shot or stabbed in Call of Cthulhu, like you're probably gonna die.
There's I almost died. I was like at 5 out of 12. Like I had lost so much health. But that was a lot of fun. Obviously seeing Brooks in his element, both as a DM and then as a player, really fun. He got suited up for Call of Cthulhu. He wore like his suit with like a foulard tie. He's a really stylish guy. I mean, for those of you who may not, who are longtime readers, you might remember him from the LACMA Evening Soiree, 2020, February, a couple weeks before the world changed forever, you know? But yeah, he's always been a stylish guy. Again, really, really great friend, really intelligent, smart, cultured dude that I'm glad we're friends. You know, like we said, it's fun when like these menswear guys become, you know, like it's a deeper friendship than just clothing, and that usually does happen. It takes time, and I'm glad that Brooks has been able to come down to LA and hang out.
Yeah, we were talking about Isabella and I. He extended an invitation to come visit him in Seattle. We were like, oh, maybe we'll do that.
That's really cool. Yeah.
I've never been to Seattle. I'd like to go. Well, no, I have been. I've never been to Portland. What am I talking about?
Yeah.
I've been to Seattle twice, and I had a good time.
Actually, that place I've been there twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to go to Seattle again. I had a good time when I was there.
At the Pop Culture Museum. Well, I think they took out the Kurt Cobain exhibit or something, but for a while I saw like they updated it to say it's like in 1994 Kurt Cobain unalived himself.
And I remember that.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
You can't be saying that in a museum.
Keep that on TikTok.
Yeah.
You know? Well, speaking about TikTok here, I guess also there was Renaissance Fair Day at 4100.
That was interesting. I didn't go. I saw the photos and I was like, what?
Yeah, so for those of you who don't know, 4100 is a bar in LA. It's like kind of divey, but also extremely popular.
Yeah.
And I guess they had their 10-year or something. I guess they had an anniversary and they had a Renaissance Day theme for it, which was really cool.
Classic 10-year anniversary theme.
That's right.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of fun. I mean, I didn't really drink because I have gout. I guess I didn't talk about that too much.
You got like a Winston Churchill disease now.
That's right.
Yeah.
But I didn't drink there. But, you know, it's kind of fun to see everyone kind of dressed up for it. You can see on my Instagram and I guess in the blog post, Claire and James both dressed up in their Renaissance Fair attire. But a lot of the people were dressed up, like you got the whole pointy princess hats kind of thing, a group of girls wearing that. Lots of the typical like white 70s skirt, but like it's like 70s does Renaissance Fair. It's like the kind of current vibe for it. You know?
I guess the 60s, 70s, like all the peasant dresses were already inspired by that. So,
bringing that back, very popular. And then, you know, guys are wearing like a puffy shirt untucked, wearing their belt around their waist kind of a thing. But yeah, kind of cool to see that. And, you know, I think Brooks was sad that he didn't have an outfit for it. But, you know, I mean, he didn't. I didn't even know.
He could have just done the. I don't know what he packed. He could have done a really basic like. I'm a guy dressing like Flynn Rider kind of outfit.
Oh
where you
my
just
God.
wear like a shirt with a vest.
Did I tell you guys on Tumblr? There's I wore an outfit once and it had vaguely Flynn Rider vibes, so someone drew Flynn Rider in my outfit.
What?
Yeah, it was like, you know, like with like a swing
crazy,
tie and
man.
everything like that. Because it was like, I think it was like a kind of like dark teal DB jacket with brown trousers with like a brown swing tie, and this person did fan art of Flynn Rider dressed in my outfit, which was kind of fun.
That is neat. That's cool.
You know, because they didn't. Was it one a couple of episodes ago? We were looking at like the Great Mouse Detective as humans.
Yes.
That was kind of funny. But hey, the last part here, we're gonna talk about my return to suspenders.
Yeah.
And this could have. I mean, I don't think this could have been a whole episode because it's not that crazy. But yeah, I've been wearing suspenders a lot. Mm-hmm. I feel like every time I wear a suit nowadays, I'm wearing suspenders. It's also because my suit trousers have them and my odd trousers do not. Some of them do, but not all of them. I guess I could spend the time and add them all in there.
I used to do that with basically any pants that I took to Ruben. I would have him throw in suspender buttons.
That was me before, like a long time ago, you know.
Just so I had the option. I didn't always wear them, but just so I had the option.
Yeah, I it's kind of funny because like back in the vintage days, I'm talking about my vintage days, in like 2014 to like 2017, like right during Ascot Chang, or right up to that moment, I would wear suspenders a lot because I felt like it was a part of the entire vibe. You know, it was like, why wear a belt? Also because, as we talked about in the belt episode, like I didn't have a thin belt until a lot later, so I was like, well, I knew that thin belts were a part of the look, and so because I couldn't do that, I'm like, well, suspenders instantly look vintage. Yeah. And I know you wore them a lot. I did. And you had them before me. You had the Darcy ones before me, I think, right?
Which I like those ones. They're the ones that the fasteners are like the two strips of leather rather than the
loop.
U-shaped loop.
Yeah.
But the suspenders are cool. I haven't worn them in a while just because, you know, again, like most of the time when I'm at work, like my vibe at work now is like that. Well, I'm dressing a little bit more casual this semester because I used to wear like a lot of like wool trousers, but as like I'm doing event photography, I have to like kneel down and like crouch and shit. I'm worried about like ripping them.
Yeah, because it's funny because a couple episodes ago you were like, I'm wearing a tie every day now.
Well, I still wear ties.
Oh, you're doing with jeans or whatever?
No, when I'm wearing jeans, I don't wear ties. But if I'm like doing events and I want to dress, like if it's like an event where they've like invited a speaker and it's like kind of a bigger deal, and like a couple times a week, what I'll do is khakis with like just like an OCBD and a striped tie. If it's like recently I have been wearing a jacket just because it's so hot. Yeah. But like when it's colder, I do that with like, you know, depending on the weather, like my navy blazer, which I've been wearing all weekend this weekend, or like my many tweed like sack jackets and stuff like that. Yeah. But I don't know. Maybe I'll like start wearing suspenders again. I still have a couple pants that have the suspender buttons, and I like them. And I mean, like the other thing is like if you want to make I like them because they're stylish. Yeah. But also just the practicality argument, they do hold your pants up better than belts.
Yeah, especially if you have like as I found out, like back rise problems for me, where it's because Jack was saying like, oh, I should have made your thing a flat seat. I'm like, oh, thanks for telling me I've got a flat ass. Yeah. But like it's true, like things that like they don't if they start sagging, right? Like it'll literally suspend them in midair, you know? Yeah, I'm MJ, you don't wear suspenders, right? Like
no, not yet.
Do you want to? I'm kind of curious. I mean, it's I know I'm sure some of the suits I've sold you have.
Yeah, I do have suits and trousers with suspender buttons.
Suspender buttons.
Yeah, I just have to get around to getting them, but yeah, I just haven't gotten around to it.
Yeah, I mean, maybe when you read the article, you'll be like, damn, I gotta get them. Yeah, it's I like how they look. I think a lot of it is practical, obviously. I think for me, you know, my weight fluctuates throughout the day depending on how much water I've had or whatever. But so it is helpful to like have that instead of like a belt. Yeah. But I also just love the visual look. Obviously, when Spencer says the two strips, for some reason they look like slimmer. Like it just looks more interesting when you have the two strips of leather fasteners as opposed to the loop. It just looks different. Looks like it's you know, more streamlined or whatever.
And I like the thinner suspenders.
Thinner stripes, yeah. The elastic.
Like, the elastic, because that's more of like, I feel like you would see that more like pre-60s. Like that's kind of what suspenders looked like.
It's funny like to think about how suspenders have also like moved with like the times, right? Like you have the ones with like the metal or like the spring kind of things, spring kind of fasteners, ones that have like a high back with like a long elastic that goes down the back. You've got the overall the elastic being thinner or wider. Wider feels more normal or contemporary, whereas thinner looks like more vintage. And then also like, you have like the cloth of it too, right? Like obviously silk ones are the most formal. Solid black silk is formal, especially when you've got like these woven silk fasteners as well, which I have ones for black tie. White suspenders obviously look good with white tie, with like cloth kind of thing too.
Do you have the Trafalgar? You have a pair of the Trafalgar.
They're not Trafalgar, but they are the motif ones. Okay. And they're cigars, which it's kind of fun. And it's kind of funny because I bought them like 3 or 4 years ago while we were at fucking Space City Vintage, and I bought them because I'm like I'm not gonna like I still wasn't fully to wear suspenders, but like again but I bought them because I'm like, well, no one's gonna buy this, and I kind of think I would, and I wore them like once when we were out. I think when we were out with Emily. At the Italian restaurant. I remember that. And MJ was there too. I remember I was wearing that when we went to Capri Club afterward. But I like those, and that's kind of like more of like a 90s thing. Yeah. Although you've had like, if you look in the past, like there's like 1890 suspenders that have like woven like silk, and it's like woven like tapestry designs of obviously Niles Crane, big fun suspender thing there. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of old photos of me wearing suspenders. I wore them a lot before I had the thin belts, and I kind of gave up on them for a couple of reasons. When I worked at Ascot Chang, I knew I kind of wanted to fit into more of like the classic contemporary menswear, or as the Armory called it, international classic. And you know, it obviously a lot of the big thing back then too was wearing side tab trousers to show, oh look, it's so fitted to you or whatever. It's just obviously I like that it's cleaner. My default look is usually just side tabs, no belt, no suspenders. But when I wore them with vintage, I liked the pattern mixing. I really, because obviously a lot of my shirts, spear point shirts, had stripes, and so like the multiple stripes along with the foulard of the tie, or even like a block stripe of the tie, just felt more interesting. It felt like I keep making the comparison like jazz, where it's busy but it feels slouchy. Yeah. And being able to wear that, and it looks like you're wearing underwear, right? Because like suspenders are underwear, but like at the coffee shop, your jacket's on your chair. It looks like you're like a gumshoe, you're like a reporter. You're just working. It's kind of, that has that more look, as opposed to if you were wearing a plain shirt or no suspenders, that looks like corporate guy or more regular. And so suspenders kind of help lean into that. But for some reason, I didn't want to do that for a little bit. And I also felt like it was maybe getting a little bit too fussy. But I guess looking back now at that time, my pants were probably not at the vintage proportions. I was still wearing the kind of like maybe 8 inches, where it's a little bit more of a taper. I mean, 8 inches today is definitely tapered. But I felt like suspenders with like, even if the pants were high rise, with the slim pant, it looked off to me. It didn't look as slouchy as like wearing true vintage, like 40s 50s trousers. And so because I was wearing more of that and ivy, I felt like, no, I don't want to wear the suspenders. And so that kind of went out until obviously the pandemic, where I reevaluated my trouser length again for like the second time, where I was like, I'm just gonna wear them, like I'm gonna wear 80s and 90s pants that look like the 40s and 50s, or 30s and 40s 50s. And then also when I'm getting custom made stuff, I'm going to wear it. I'm gonna say that again. And then when I'm doing like made to measure stuff or modern stuff, I'm gonna wear them as wide as possible to kind of like have this, they could be from the 40s kind of a vibe to it. And so at that point, I'm like, maybe suspenders kind of make sense again. It looks proportional. Also, there was a whole episode or the whole blog post where I lengthened all my pants, because like as I was wearing them higher and kind of like wondering why some of the pants were angled weird, having them longer and having them break slightly made more sense for suspenders. Because before that, if I wore suspenders, they might be too high, because like you get that kind of like that fraction of an inch pulling themselves up. And so again, it just was like, wow, I'm kind of just going back. It felt like nostalgic or whatever. And then, of course, there is the suit supply stuff where, like, I'm getting them... Hold on.
Drink from your jazz cup.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
What was I saying? Oh, yeah.
It's Suit Supply. Yeah.
And then with Suit Supply, I'm getting them made to measure to kind of being as big as possible to getting them directly like a 30s, 40s, 50s trouser. And those ones have side tabs and suspender buttons. And I'm like, you know what? It's time. And so this past year, I've mainly been wearing suspenders whenever I wear those suits. And it just looks so cool. You know, again, taking off the jacket or even having them kind of peek out. And even if it's just for me,
it's nice.
It is
nice.
Cool.
I mean, that's why, I haven't worn a 3-piece suit in like years, but I mean, you're supposed to wear suspenders with a 3-piece. And I love that when you could just see them like poking out
from like the little armpit area.
Yeah, I think that's great. And the other thing is like, I feel like we've been watching movies, either period pieces or, you know, like old movies where you see guys in the like super high-waisted fishtail back where it fits close on the waist. And that's like the fucking best a pair of pants can look, I think.
Yeah.
Those are so goddamn good. Yeah.
Super slick. You know, it's kind of funny like to kind of look at this as like an example of just going back to the past for me. You know, I know we still have the whole getting inspired from yourself thing.
Yeah.
That might be the last episode or blog post ever or whatever it is, or end of an era. But it is kind of funny to kind of go back, and I'm really glad I didn't get rid of my suspenders. Like also like who would I sell them to? Like that's the thing. Like none of you guys really wear them. I know MJ, you might get into them, but I had a whole bunch from Darcy after Spencer told me about them, and when I was younger, like I saved up, I bought like 3 pairs, like 2 brown ones or brown leather ones and 1 black one, and they all have like kind of like this deco-y design stripe to them. And I've had them for a long time, and I still wear them. I obviously wear them today, but I'm glad I didn't get rid of them. They're just so interesting. They look really good with stripes on stripes. They look really good with plain shirts. Kind of just, you know, it's when I take the jacket off, I want it to feel interesting, and wearing them adds that part back into it. And again, they're really practical. But another thing that's funny is that menswear has like a weird relationship. I'm talking about hashtag menswear because there's that era of menswear where people were wearing clip-on suspenders, and I'm not even talking about like the whole hipster era. I'm talking about, actually maybe there could be a correlation, because like there's an era of the Armory where like Mark Cho, even Ethan Newton would wear like really expensive, maybe handmade, Italian made, whatever, like Liverano suspenders where they're kind of thin and they just like clip into the trousers. Like just regular stuff. Oh yeah, even Chad Park would have them, and like they have interesting designs where like they're thinner. They have like the multi-stripe or whatever to them, but it's just funny to see them all wearing the clips. And it's, you know, when you think about like the era back then, you know, they would say like, oh, don't wear clip suspenders because then you'll ruin the waistband thing. But yet all these people did it. Maybe these ones don't have like the pierce, because some of them pierce through. But like, yeah, Jake Grantham, everyone was wearing. I mean,
these look good. Like
they look. I just wish that they were
the regular
ones. You know, there's me. Wearing your suspenders.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, me as I mean, there's that famous scene in Captain America where Howard Stark is wearing suspenders with like a gray shirt, and I really like that. But yeah, I really wore them a lot. It's just funny that menswear had that whole thing for me. I don't know if these will ever come back. You know, I feel like belts. Everyone loves a Western belt now, both like TikTok fashion and like regular menswear, and suspenders might be just pushing it a little bit too far, but I don't know, like everyone is having a resurgence of like the suit lately, and they're really baggy. Maybe suspenders will come back, but you know, I've never written about them before, and fucking 10 years later, here it is, my whole article on suspenders and everything like that. And you know, just look at the old stuff here with my clip-on suspenders. Yeah, there's a photo of me wearing like modern H&M chinos with like a short tie, because like that's just what I had back then. But yeah, like everyone just looks so cool wearing suspenders. Yep, there is Howard. He looks so cool. That's like the high-waisted one with the little blousey shirt and everything like that. Ooh, even like dinner, but like dinner suspenders, but they're on the outside is interesting here. There's a lot of great stuff, and it's not like I won't stop wearing. Like the default is still like the clean waistband, but you know, it's nice to have the option now to kind of like change it up every once in a while, and that's kind of like the what makes the charm of suspenders. Yeah, you know, George Ramp also loves wearing suspenders, obviously with his crazy high waisted pants. But yeah, if you guys are ever interested, I like the Darcy ones. I've literally never worn any other ones.
They're good. Darcy is good.
Yeah, they just look so cool. They've, and the reason why this all comes kind of full circle here, Scott wanted to wear suspenders for his wedding.
Nice.
And so he wanted to wear black striped ones because I told him, like, if you just wear the solid ones, they might not look interesting when he takes off the jacket, if he's dancing or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a big guy, and I told him, like, hey, like, obviously you're not doing a waistcoat, but if you wear suspenders, it kind of makes it look cool when you're not wearing the jacket. And he's like, okay, cool. Like, where should I get him? I'm like, well, I like Darcy. I was like, all right, well, I'll buy one.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's when I was like, thinking about the Bronson stuff, and I'm like, okay, well, if we're already buying that, like, I should buy something else too. And that's when I bought the Spear Point shirts from Darcy.
There you go.
Because I was like, might as well, because he already had to pay shipping for those, and so I don't think I need to talk about the Darcy Spear Points, but I have them now. They're okay. But yeah, got my suspenders, and Scott has joined in here. This is cool. Like, yeah, the silk cloth woven fasteners. But Darcy's it. I literally don't know anything else. Obviously Trafalgar, if you could find them on eBay, they're kind of expensive, I feel like, still.
I remember there was, like, in the vintage menswear scene, there was a pair of, like, double RL suspenders that people really liked. But I think they had a reputation of, like, breaking super
really
easily. Yeah, it might have been these, or it might have, I think they were like patterned or something, but they looked like 19th century, where they had like maybe the Y back or something.
The high Y back.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like cool. that kind of thing too. It had the decorated like clasp. But yeah, I remember people posting about this on like the Facebook groups. And like people wanted them really bad, but they would be like, yeah, mine broke after like 3 months of wearing them.
Damn. Yeah, mine have never broken. That's cool. I mean, I guess we're not swing dancers, so maybe like that's.
Oh wait, hold on. These I think are those. It's like that kind of style with the loops and everything. So I guess that is it. That is it right there.
Yeah, I'll save this image. But yeah, I mean that's kind of fun. Like, there's a lot of different variations of them. I guess it's like another thing, like cufflinks, like a little accessory thing that really only you will see. Don't like the leather ones, but yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh man, these are crazy.
Those are cool.
We just saw some Ralph Lauren ones that have a little bit of a design on them.
Yeah, this is like the Ralph Lauren,
printed like 1890s kind of thing, going
version
on.
Of the Trafalgar ones.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe people will start doing them after I have. I doubt it. Just like how people aren't doing riding boots, but it's
it'll happen.
It'll be a fun thing if you do it. Let me know in the comments below, or
the comments below. Yeah,
if you guys are gonna get into suspenders. So, well, guys, thanks for listening to the episode. It's been really fun. Lots of fun stuff here. If you guys want to see more of the photos of what we're talking about, go to the show notes.
Oh fuck!
Oh fuck! Oh my god!
Yeah.
I've had a lot of photos of Brooks up there. I got some photos of Spencer wearing his camo pants, and of course of the guys wearing their Bronson purchases. And the suspender article is its own standalone one because, just like riding boots, there's no way I could have just a little snippet of it because it's the whole thing. So, but yeah, you can follow the podcast at Style and Direction on Instagram. You can follow me at Ethan M. Wong.
I'm at Spencer DSO.
And I'm at Aya MJ.
But if you guys want more than that, you got to go to patreon.com/styleanddirection. $5 a month gives you access to our Discord, where we talk a lot about this stuff. In fact, people talk more than we do, which is really great. I keep saying it, but I'm a really big fan of the community that is there. Mm-hmm. Hopefully, if the blog or whatever ever ends, they will still be there. And so, yeah, $5 a month gives access to that, and our archive of bonus episodes where we talk about movie style, like North by Northwest, the little shop, the shop around the corner, and as you've just heard, Inception. Yeah. So, good excuse for us to rewatch Inception after all these years. Not really something I rewatch regularly, but but $10 a month, nothing extra except we thank you personally, both in the blog posts and by MJ. MJ, who are we thanking?
We are thanking our Sadcast fanatics, Shane Curry, Philip Gregard, Henrik Wilberg, Mason Ritchie, and Alexander Batin.
We appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for supporting us. We'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.